life. You can quit for good. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alex.
I'm David.
And I am Sarah.
And we're your astute win counselors, get you through the week with any daily grind issues you may be experiencing or any problems that you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. So let's get to our first winner. Our first winner is Lindsay, and she hails from Cork, Ireland, and she writes, Dear Win, if you could discover a new kind of species, what would you like to find, and what would you name it? Dave, what do you think? You got that look in your eye.
Yeah, this reminds me actually of an interview question, like when they ask you if you were an animal, what would you be? I never used to know, and then when I finally figured it out, they never asked me again. However, if I had to create a new species, it would be a dolphin.
Dolphin.
So it's a cross between a human and a dolphin. Because
Right.
dolphins, dolphins only work 4 hours a day. They play and they make love.
That's what they do the rest of the time?
Yeah, that's all they do.
So they work 4 hours, and then the rest of the time they make love and play?
I don't know if they punch in and out, but
They
they
probably
don't
do.
They don't work their life away, so they have more of a European work philosophy.
Right. And that's why they live so long, too.
Yeah, and they're happy. Have
Right.
you ever seen a sad dolphin?
Never.
Other than, Flipper.
Yeah,
But
never.
he was a show dolphin.
Well, and from what I understand,
beat him.
Yeah, they beat him. They tortured
There
him.
was dolphin abuse going
Right,
on.
there was. As a matter of fact, there was a huge lawsuit, and they won. Flipper won.
He did.
He lives in a mansion in Bel Air now.
Yeah.
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 Sarah, what do you think?
Well, I think that's an interesting choice there, Dave, the dolphin. For mostly because I understand that dolphins are actually attracted to humans, from what I understand.
True.
I hear that you are in danger of being come on to from a dolphin if you do swim with them.
Yep.
So my theory is that maybe there's already humans out there.
Good point.
We don't know.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure that some sort of copulation has taken
Probably.
place.
Well, you've heard about dolphin rape, and there also is probably a possibility, like at the Deep Blue Bar, that some humans, some snorkelers, hung out with some dolphins or some scuba divers.
Atlantis.
Atlantis. Yeah, Atlantis. There's one in the Bahamas. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some dolphins down there.
Yeah, can we back up to dolphin rape?
Yeah.
I was thinking much more innocent. I was thinking they were both
Dolphin
into it. I was
dating.
thinking
Well,
they were both
they behave probably like
feeling
humans,
it.
both
Okay,
good and bad.
Sometimes that happens, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, well, just who knows what's going on out there? It's a big blue ocean, it's a big deep ocean, and
So where do you think they are? If there are dolphins already, do you think they're on land, or do you think they're in the ocean, or do you think they kind of split time, kind of like snowbirds that have houses in Phoenix and spend half the year in Colorado, the other half down there, kind of a deal?
I mean, if I were a dolphin, I would definitely want to spend the majority of the time in the water,
Right.
just because
Skin, exfoliate.
you're just like, it's the water in your belly, the water inside you.
Makes sense. Your equilibrium.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, have the same experience as me while swimming, but I just like the water
Okay.
in me.
You want.
Well, we're 98% water.
True.
Yeah,
True.
you're going back to it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. That makes
you're
total sense.
rejoining it.
Huh. That's that is a good point. And now I really want to look for it. We should start a reality show and see if we can find dolphins, just like finding Bigfoot. We should pitch this.
Yeah,
to like
but they're
A&E or something.
hiding. And it's like if someone starts digging up and trying to make a documentary, they're not going to be happy. It might change their whole,
Oh, they might rebel, or they
disposition.
might be. Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, it might pollute the species.
And there's already enough animals that hate humans anyway because of
Right.
what we do to them.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would say I'd want to find a Wigglytuff. That's what I'd want to find. If it already exists, it's a Pokemon character, but like a Wigglytuff kind of creature. Maybe that's kind of a mix between a gerbil, a marshmallow, and something really badass like a king cobra. And that would be a
A
Wigglytuff.
gerbil marshmallow king cobra.
Yes, that'd
Wow.
be a Wigglytuff.
Sounds like a
And
dessert.
What would you do with that?
I would try to train it to be an attack Wigglytuff. It would attack people on command, but on the same token, it would flip over on its back and spread its like little cobra neck out, and you rub its belly, and it's really fat like a marshmallow, and it would kind of giggle at you. If it liked you like the Pillsbury Doughboy, you could squeeze its belly.
I'm getting that image with that marshmallow part you threw in there.
Yeah, you got it?
Could you make s'mores out of them?
When they die, yes. No different than any other animal. We could then,
Tastes like
recycle
chicken.
it like the Indians did with the buffalo. You don't waste any of it. So when your pet dies, matter of fact, it could be a rite of passage for it to go to nirvana. You eat it. over with as a s'more. Yeah. And
Yeah,
and drink the
I
cobra
think
venom.
I think if more animals tasted like s'mores, we'd eat them.
Right.
I
And
mean, if
Peter
my
wouldn't be
pet-
mad.
My dog tasted like a s'more, I'd probably eat it.
Really?
At this point, yeah.
Oh wow.
I had a gerbil.
I used to raise gerbils.
I did too, but I didn't eat them.
No.
But I pulled one's tail off.
You know, it's so funny you mentioned. I'm not kidding you. This is no joke. We used to have parties at my house in high school. So everyone used to come to my house. Blah blah blah. I had these parties, and one of my brother's friends, his name is Chad. Chad, if you're out there, I'll never forget this. I used to raise these gerbils, and I used to breed them and sell them and stuff. And I used to like gerbils and so on. And one day, my favorite gerbil, Bobo, this fat gerbil, was laying dead in the corner by those old school like radiators. We had those like hot water radiators, dead there, missing a tail.
Did you do gerbil fighting? Were you
No.
like running that racket?
I was not doing like a Mike Vick, gerbil fighting ring or nothing. What happened was he was hammered and he swung the gerbil around over his
Drunk?
head like a lasso. Yeah, drunk. And it came off. And the gerbil flew against the wall, broke its neck, and died. And to this day, I will never forgive him for it.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. That's awful.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
he should. There's going to be some
Terrible.
bad gerbil karma coming back to him.
That's right.
I didn't
Bad.
kill my gerbil; it just popped off.
Really?
It was shedding its tail.
Were you just petting it and it fell off?
No, I picked it up by its tail and just plop came off.
No.
He
It's
lived.
like a
I mean,
survival thing. Like in the
Like the-
wild, yeah. If they get caught by the tail,
Oh,
it's
right,
supposed
right.
to just pop off.
yeah.
like the lizards.
Like lizards and other things.
and it
No.
regenerates like a worm.
Now, I wouldn't have been so mad at Chad if Bobo would have been alive the next day minus the tail. It's fine. Like, you stub out a dog's tail and it happens and whatever. But no, he was dead.
Well, it sounds
That's a-
like Bobo's tail actually led to his death as opposed to saving his life.
Good point. If
it
he was a
caused his
hamster,
death,
you're
yes.
right. Chad
Mhm.
wouldn't have been able to swing it around by its tail.
Yeah,
If he was a hamster.
should have stayed intact.
Oh, man.
Little defense mechanism backfired there.
So I shouldn't blame Chad. I should blame Bobo.
Blame Bobo.
Post-hospital.
Bobo should not have.
Postmortem.
Post-mortem.
He should have hung on to his tail.
And this is
He should have
Easter.
done a better job.
Maybe he's
Good
alive
point.
again.
Oh, man. I would do anything to see Bobo again.
Maybe Bobo's Jesus.
I would love that. I would love that.
Hmm.
All right, well, let's move on to our next winner. It's Robert from Greeley, Colorado, and he writes, Dear Win, what do you think should happen to brutal dictators Bashar Assad of Syria and Kim Jong-un of North Korea? Okay, well, it's not as light of a question as the last one. What do you think, Sarah? What do you think should happen to those two great guys?
I think, I think the easy answer is that, they should be wiped from the planet. But I think that there should be, there's another way to solve this. I
Mhm.
think maybe if we took the two of them and just kind of dropped them off together somewhere, I don't know, maybe a deserted island or something, and kind of forced them, like they do in Survivor, to
Like
kind of
Naked and Afraid?
yeah, kind of that thing, like Naked and Afraid, where it's like they either have to work together to survive this, or they're both going to perish, and we'll find their naked bones, years from now.
That's a brilliant idea.
But I think that if you when you put people in that kind of situation, because I'm sure wherever they are now, they're like pampered,
Yep.
and Kim Jong-un is probably like
Drinking Hennessy.
yeah, exactly. Like he's kicking back, watching movies and stuff like that. And that's easy to be a dictator then.
Right.
But let's see you dictate from a deserted beach where you're forced to drink your own urine and fish for crab and eat them raw or something
Right.
like that. I think we'll see their true spirit.
You're
is what I'm
absolutely
saying.
right. Where
We'll see
nature
the true
puts
spirit.
the nature puts the shoe on the other foot. They
Yes.
dictate to nature dictates
Exactly.
to them. Yeah.
Nature dictates to the
Oh, man, that's
dictator.
good. And so then if they make it out, do you set like a timetable, like 60 days, 90 days, 120 days? And if they both make it out alive, they're repentant, that we forgive them of all their atrocities? Or is it one of those things where it's just the first step to another rehabilitation process?
I think it can go either way. I think that's up to them,
Okay.
and that's up to what they end up getting out of it. I can't control what Kim Jong Un would get out of the situation and how serious he would take it and stuff like that. But I would definitely say that if faced with that situation, we definitely see the true spirit of
That's a
both of
good
these
point.
men.
That's absolutely right. What do you think, Dave?
Well, I'd take that a step further because I don't like, people to capitalize on their own criminal activities. So it would be non-broadcast. It definitely would not be a show. And what I would do, I would just throw in the mix a deck of Uno cards.
Oh,
And they just must play continuous Uno
that's a great idea.
because that would drive anyone crazy.
Oh, absolutely, especially with two people.
Yeah.
It's
Two
like the worst
dictators.
game ever with two
Oh,
people.
Yeah. And so my I
like
would
reverse back to you. Oh, it's back to me.
right,
Oh,
to me,
skip
to
you,
you,
back
to me.
Okay.
Uno, no, you know. I just think
it's just my
that
turn again.
in a very short period of time, our problem would be solved, and there would just be a bag of bones.
Because they would like just Uno each other to death.
Internally combust.
Yeah.
That's what the game does.
Okay.
It gets you so heated.
And they'd be like the Mad Hatter, and they just blow up. Their heads blow up like grapes.
yeah, and
Wow.
yeah,
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can even add to that. I was going to say, make one of them drink themselves to death, like leaving Las Vegas style, which would be Kim Jong-un with his Hennessy collection. And then maybe Bashar Assad would have to eat so many falafels that he gets so constipated that he then, blows up.
I mean, that's an
crackers.
option, I guess.
Make them eat Ritz crackers or any cracker, and give them nothing to drink.
Oh,
Yeah, I wouldn't give them falafel.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Yeah,
go,
those
but
are nice.
those are nice. All right, so Ritz crackers on the deserted island. Make them have to survive off of that for 120 days while playing
And
Uno.
drinking their own urine.
While playing Uno.
Yes.
That's it. Well, there's your answer for you, Robert. And we have one more little piece of inspiration to get you the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey, Leo, happy Easter. Guess what? It's your week, Leo. This is your big week. Well, most of it's going to be your big week. Hey, you know what, Leo? One thing you got to watch out for this week is street signs in your vehicle. Do not drive under any, and I mean any street signs. So if you're going down a street and you see street signs all across the way, make a U-turn. Take a different route. Make sure you have that honing device on your phone so you avoid going under street signs. It's going to make for a bad week. The other thing, hey, you got some good news here. So your good luck charm this week is anything Paisley from a secondhand store. Cannot be brand new because you probably can't find it anymore. So buy that Paisley. Hey, join us on the World Improv Network on AM 1340, FM 104.7, on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, on YouTube at World Improv Network, iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.